How many subscribers to OnlyFans do you have now?
In the thousands. I could have a lot more if I open like a free page, but everyone pays like $25 a month to be on there.
You make 6 figures a month on OnlyFans, don't you?
That would be selling,
yeah.
But yeah.
I was talking to a friend who put his girlfriend up on OnlyFans, and it is mind-blowing seeing what's going on with these simps. These simps are emptying out their bank accounts, giving all their money to this girl, and of course it's just going straight up through her into his pockets. And then what he does with this cash is he takes her out to these beautiful restaurants, these lovely golf courses, these nice hotels, makes love to her in the most beautiful scenic places, and then he just hands her the phone and gets her to take pictures of herself to make it look like she's by herself. He posts that stuff up on OnlyFans, and all these simps start throwing more money at them, and then they hire out someone from the Philippines for like $1 an hour and get them to answer the messages so they don't even have to talk to them. And then these simps are sitting there thinking that they're talking to the girl. What is going on? What is wrong with the world? God is looking down at Sodom and Gomorrah and saying, man, I gotta flood this place.
After watching a documentary that was essentially an hour-and-a-half long advertisement for our supporters, I'm compelled to share the negative side of what is being presented as simple money for women who are free enough to sign up. I'm aware of the opposing arguments, and I'm aware of the justification that it's safer and more effective than other areas of the adult industry. I recognize the allure, and many are pressured into it. As a result of economic hardship, loneliness, isolation, and the culture's normalization of intersex, more and more people are being drawn into this field of selling intimacy. This is not intended to shame or condemn women who have an ovary. As someone who has observed the adult industry as a consumer, I'd like to share some of the potential drawbacks with women who are considering starting one and have the option of choice. On the surface, initiating it might seem simple. Turn on your camera, take a picture or video, acquire subscribers and make money. In reality, this is a significant decision that can have long-term consequences on women's heart, mind and future. I've conversed with several adult industry survivors, and have spent nearly 2 decades observing women who are attempting to escape the industry. We'll discuss the 10 effects of unlimited funds and why women and girls should avoid the temptation to make money through online solicitation of strangers. 1. Exposes piracy and leaked images. This is unavoidable. It's practically inevitable. I've heard of the tale of people's videos and pictures being leaked, disseminated and even sold without the consent or knowledge of the creator. There are even communities of VeloFund subscribers that purchase and sell content to each other and other adult websites, not to mention that it's only a matter of time before acquaintances, friends or family members will see something you didn't intend them to see. You will always be asked to do more. You will probably do it. This is a known fact of the adult entertainment industry that is commercial. It's so simple to become entranced by the demand for more, and to push past any limits you may have established for yourself. It's almost certain, one day, you will wake up and realize that the money and pressure led you further than you ever imagined. You will have wasted your life and guilt will consume you. 3. The money is not as simple as most women believe. Many popular creators have high incomes, but this is not the typical income for the average person. Even if you initially have a lot of money, you will always have to improve your game in order to continue making money. This is the economy of the adult industry as a whole. The money is short-lived and unreliable. You will receive it on the following day. You end up pursuing it, doing more than you ever imagined in order to earn the next dollar. This has already been demonstrated in other forms of amateur pornography. New women can earn a little money, but once the novelty of it wears off, it's either go big or go home. With the market becoming increasingly saturated with content creators, especially females, this issue will only become more severe. This is exactly what we've observed in mainstream pornography. Many professional adult performers that I know were drawn into a cycle of doing more extreme content for less and less money, eventually turning to escorting to make ends meet. This is one of the reasons why the prevalence of substance abuse in the adult industry is so high. Many people believe that the only way they can cope is to get high. There is a cost associated with becoming a romantic object. When people pay you money to satisfy their desires, they acquire a sense of entitlement towards you. Some people even believe they possess a portion of your soul. You have ceased to be a human being, you are now a product. I've never heard anything more vile, crude, abusive and degrading than the comments made by people who believe that someone exists solely for their own pleasure. Ultimately, becoming an object is a sensation of being dehumanized. When you consider it, some of the most heinous acts in human history have been perpetrated as a result of dehumanizing another individual or group. This is why it's important to recognize the negative effects of being viewed and treated this way. 5. Harassment is a requirement for employment. You can't just post images and videos of yourself and expect to make money. You will have to interact with your subs on a regular basis. They won't just be present in your messages that tell you how beautiful you are and ask how your day is going. You will experience more intense harassment than you can possibly imagine. You will be coerced into performing acts you probably never knew existed by people who are deeply immersed in addiction. People you would never want to spend a single second with. Outside of the context of money, you will be called names and subjected to vicious criticism. It's not just harassment, it's also abuse. The most important thing is the company you keep. Is this what you want in your ear and in your life on a daily basis? 6. Stalkers. There are individuals who will research your personal and public information in order to disseminate it to others. This is called doxing. It's not uncommon for content creators of unknowns to have their name, location and identifying photos leaked. This makes them particularly vulnerable to stalkers and people with other nefarious intentions. 7. It can undermine your objectives. Other investments may negatively affect your future career prospects, including working with children or working for government agencies that require background checks. Not to mention that it is very difficult to prevent current and future colleagues and classmates from finding out at some point. Be careful, it can change you. Believe me, after a night at the club, the way most women see themselves, the world around them can change dramatically in no time. The damage continued to escalate. Over time, they become a compilation of other people's fantasies, eventually losing touch with their real identities entirely. Every night, they give away a part of themselves until there is nothing left to give. Your ability to be intimate and maintain healthy relationships may be profoundly affected. It's hard not to believe that someone appreciates you for who you are as a person and not for what you can do for them. Passionate. Recovering from this takes a lot of time and effort. 9. You cannot take it back once you have done so. You can't take it back even if you close your account as soon as you open it. Those videos and pictures are there for people to find the moment you post them. 10. No matter how good the money is, the price is also high. This is an industry that uses you, shoes you, sucks you dry and spits you out again, and the rest is dealing with the trauma. I've seen women in their 60s and 70s struggling to recover from working in the adult industry. Unfortunately, I've also seen people who never recovered. The bottom line is that you are worth more. They are worth more than the dehumanization, degradation and objectification that money and the commercial adult industry can offer you. Immorality has existed since ancient times. Fans isn't the first, and definitely won't be the last, way to make selling out your intimacy look both tempting and profitable. Where there is demand, there will be supply, and in some cases women seem to feel they have no choice. However, we have a responsibility to do everything in our power to ensure that these women do not become victims of abuse. It's easy to judge commercial adult workers without helping them fend for themselves, or using them to satisfy our desires when we're alone in a silent room late at night. The rise of the O Fund clearly reflects the moral compass of our society. However, our individual behavior is part of society, and if change is to happen, it must start with us. What do you think? Know someone who works in OnlyFans or the adult industry? Let us know how her life is going in the comments. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.